for me. Bad habit. Now, the first thing we have to do at the core of change is honesty. At the core of change is looking at ourselves in the mirror by ourselves, not with anyone else. No one has the power to give us that judgment. No one has the power to tell us what we are or what we are not, but ourselves. Of young people once, and I was sharing with them about defining yourself. Only your pen or your thoughts can tell you the truth about yourself. And so we will consider it a good habit, a very good habit, to be honest, first with ourselves and then to the people around us. Honesty is our habits from inside out. Building honesty, the character trait, or growing from habit to character. To the minute ago, Mommy said that our habits, they grow to become our character. Now, if the honesty, we first of all must begin with little habits, tiny habits that take us to that place. Now, what is honesty? Or what does it mean to be honest? Simply put, I found a quote by Wiz Khalifa. The most daring thing is to be yourself and to do exactly what you want to do at that point in time and not be worried what other people are doing or what's popular. Forgive me, my main reference here is Mommy, because she's my mentor, she's my coach. She has been my mom for a long time. She was, first of all, and permit me to say, Mommy, that one can elevate from auntie to Mommy in no time. I hope we would agree with me that that's an elevation. First, when I saw that email, it was auntie. And then it was so easy for me to transit to Mommy, not because others call her Bob, because of her game, or when there was a window for her, for me to let her in as a mother in my life. It was so easy. It came easy. I did it, and I am enjoying her motherhood. I'm enjoying her sense of motherhood over me. Now, what was I saying? I was saying that she said to me that be careful not to go by popular opinion. Be careful not to go by trends. One of our first meetings, I'll call. And so it is easy for people to be dishonest when it comes to issues like that, when it comes to issues of life, to sway towards the trend and forget about yourself, your original person, the truth about you, the truth about who you are. And that's what Wiz Khalifa is saying. She says that we should not be worried about what others are doing or what's popular when it comes to honesty. And there is a popular statement that honesty is policy. Honesty is the best. I would say, and I've heard Mommy say it, that honesty is currency. It's hard currency. Why so? It is what you're known for. It is a habit that you have cultivated over time that has become your character, and that can serve as your selling point. Small as it may sound, simple as it may be, it has the power to elevate you from. I'll keep on quoting examples around me. Recently at the Eagles Nest playground, I was looking for someone to work with. It was not hard to find an honest person. I had seen a lot of dishonest people. But when this honest person came along, it was so easy to see. I could see like through him. Why? Because I had earlier seen dishonesty. I can tell what dishonesty looks like from afar. I can smell dishonesty from afar. And so I smell it. We talk about dishonesty or honesty as a habit or its importance on our journey to building new habits, because we're building from inside out. You cannot give what you don't have. It is commonly said. You cannot give what you don't have. If you're looking to coaching women, our mommy has an objective of coaching every year, 1,000 women every year. I was blown away when I saw that. But can I tell you, that will be very easy to do, because that our hard currency, it cannot be. She has built it over time. For some people, it's innate. For some, it comes easy when they make up their minds to build, like we are here on this. First, it's not time to judge ourselves on whether, not not evaluating. No, no, no. When we judge ourselves, we leave ourselves in a place, we stay on the ground. We are like a people who fell and remained on the ground. But when we don't judge, when we put ourselves under the mirror to who we truly are, we can assess, we can tell exactly where we are. And then in the process of building a habit around it, we start taking little steps that lead us to where we want to go in that area. Our area of focus this evening, don't forget, is honesty and building our habits around it. We'll extend it a little bit, but just hold tight. Now, honesty, if you are not honest, it means that of it. You're lying to yourself, or you're lying to the people around you. And John Stanley, he says, the author, you can lie 15 other lies. This broke my mind. It broke my heart. He says, if you lie once, you tell 15 other lies to cover up for that initial lie. That's so much work to do for a brain that caters to children, for a brain that caters to tended work. Now, what else should we know about honesty? When you are honest, you stay happy, you stay peaceful, and you are successful. What does honesty breed? It breeds genuineness. You are happy with, know that you are truthful in everything. You're truthful with everyone you come across. And when you do not have to lie about anything. And when you are honest, you don't seek for divorce. Your currency is it's a force of attraction. If you don't need to flaunt it, it speaks for itself. You don't need to shout it, it has a voice of its own. It is genuine, it stands out. Honesty brings freedom. It gives you the ability to think freely and to express yourself freely. By this time, someone should be already looking at themselves and wondering, what areas do I need to work on as far as honesty is concerned? We're in the season of building new habits, of changing old ones, dropping them. And no one is no one is perfect so far on this journey. Let us not think of anyone as perfect yet. So I'd like to hear from someone, if you don't mind, ladies, you want to share the area of your life that you know that you are not honest with, and that you would want to rise up. Where in-house, I'd say, And there is nothing to be shy or worried about. We're on a journey, and that it is our also a successful end. You may want to type in the chat if you don't feel comfortable talking about it. You just type it in the chat. I will not even read it out. Or if you want to talk about it, you'll be helping someone else.
Please, can you come again? Like, I didn't understand.
Okay. I asked if there are any areas in your life so far, having followed on honesty, if there are any areas in your life you think you should rise up to be more honest about.
So that's going to be like a habit, isn't it? It's going to be?
Yes.
Okay, but for me, I don't exercise like I'm supposed to, if that makes sense. You know, I'm supposed to do like exercise once or twice a week or something, but I don't do it. It's something that I really want to do, even though I get so busy when I come back from work in the evening. So I guess I'm not honest with myself as far as exercise is concerned, because it's something that I really want it to be life. If that I
Thank
don't
you
do
so much.
Okay.
Now, it is your acceptance of it. And maybe that is because you are considering, not maybe, you're considering working on that habit, building good habits around exercise, fitness, wellness. Now, being honest with yourself, you're not doing enough. In the mirror, you tell yourself you're not doing enough, like you're sharing with us right now. The thing about this is that it transfers, it spills over to other areas of your life. So it affects other habits, how you relate with family. You will tell that on the days that you exercise, you have increased joy, you feel lighter, you relate with people differently, family, work, just anywhere. So
and it's good for your cardiovascular system, like more, your circulation.
Yes. Now, so if you're being honest with that part, is intending to build a positive. Last week we learned about positive and negative habits. You're intending to build a positive habit around it. Now, one of the other things that honesty does is that it transforms your life for the better. The worst case scenario in this honesty thing, as we're going to see in the in it, is that some people are blatantly dishonest about almost everything in their lives. Dishonest about their children, marriage, dishonest about their jobs, dishonest about everything, how they feel, how they think. I mean, like what you feel. What you think is very important. It's a very important habit. Why? Because we build it from inside out. And it affects other areas of our lives because it becomes a currency for us to use. It becomes an attraction code. Now, how someone will be wondering, how can we build a habit of honesty? Seeing that when we successfully build a habit of honesty, it spills over to almost every other thing in our lives. How can we build this habit? There are 3 steps, 3 levels to building the habit. First of all, to be honest about what you think. In my children's daily I am an ambassador of the kingdom of light. I represent the kingdom in my thoughts, my words, and my actions. Now, why do I bring it here? Because when it came to me from the spirit room, like, how do you represent a kingdom in your thoughts? It was not too long before I realized by divine leading that representation starts from your mind. Whatever you do, people say it, that is from the mind. Whatever you think shapes you. Whatever you think forms the person. Even last week, Mommy said that our habits, we start to cultivate it. I'm paraphrasing her, but I can remember a part where she says, it starts from the mind. So if we don't think well about right and be honest with how or who we are, be honest with who we are to ourselves, we will never get there. To cultivate the habit of being honest at every given point in life, and this is hard to talk about, we must first of all admit, think it, shift our thoughts on it, shift our thoughts around it. Why? Because it is what we think. It is what we think. Thank you, Lady Love. As a man thinketh, so is he. Do you think yourself honest? If you were to pick your pen and paper and write about yourself, would you say you're honest? Now, the simple fact that you think that you're not honest in some areas means that there's a negative, there's a dot, a little red dot on a large white paper of a negative habit of dishonesty. Being honest to yourself, as simple as it sounds, it can be it can work against you in very many ways. So first of all, 3 levels. The first is in our thoughts. How you think about yourself. If you're honest about your thoughts, you will be true and genuine to yourself as a person.
Sorry to interrupt. You said 3 levels of what again?
3 levels of honesty.
Okay,
of
thank
how
you.
to be honest. 3 levels, how to be honest. The second level, I'll go a little faster. The second level of how to be honest is with your feelings. People lie about how they feel. It's very recurrent, especially with couples. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But with couples, people lie about how they feel. You are upset, clearly upset with your spouse, but you say it's okay. You are clearly things around your relationship, but you say it's okay. How you feel, you don't want to express how you feel. You postpone it to the next season that never comes, and then the next season that never comes. And by so doing, you're building negative energy in your home or in your relationship. Now, that I stretched it a little, but we see that when we are honest about how we feel, it helps us in our emotions and guides us to the genuineness of ourselves. Remember that we don't follow trends. So your being honest to yourself will cause you to have an evaluation, a self-assessment in a way that helps you to deal with issues the way they should be dealt with, not from an emotion, but from a place of honesty. This feeling I'm feeling, this negative feeling I'm feeling, if I am true about it, if I express myself exactly the way tuberculosis, and you're claiming not to have it, who are you deceiving? A positive habit around honesty, or we'll never make it a positive habit in our lives. Honesty, if you are angry, for example, with your spouse or with your child or with your colleague about anything, it is honesty. It is an aspect of honesty to open up and be now. I will have um, better insight on how to how to communicate this to whoever you are not happy with. But the cure to it, the cure to getting out of dishonesty, or to getting loose, to breaking free from negativity or from something like anger, is to speak the truth, to be honest about it. It may sound simple, but these aspects spill over to almost every area of life. I fear to say you may not be happy when it is this tiny piece of thing that has spread into every other thing. So the third level, so what do we do, or how do we build the aspect of honesty, instead of focusing on what you want to do and stubborn about how you feel, and be about it. Give people a cue. Give people a cue, and then take personal actions within on how you intend to manage it. There are little steps, and I said our mommy is better placed to give us insight on that. Maybe not today. And then the last thing about building character around building around honest, what you do. A lot of people are not honest with what they do. A lot of people want to polish what they do. I was at that point, at some point in my life, I wanted to polish what I do. I was not happy with my job. I was not happy with the practicality of my job. I had the portfolio. I had the nomination title to go along with it. But practically, it's not what I was doing. And so whenever anyone asked me what I was doing, I'll give portfolio and I will give title. But the actual activity, the terms of reference that I was pushed under, and I'm not saying this to sound like, oh, it was someone else's fault. The terms of reference that I was operating under did not reflect position. It did not reflect the portfolio I had. And so I was really just being dishonest, such that some questions about my personality and my professional life took me aback, because I was not actively doing it. It's like lying on your CV, if you've not done it, you've not done it, you don't know it. And we are tempted to do that in life.